All right, YouTube. So here we have the front of the bike. So we got the low beam, we have the high beam, and I'm also going to change out, excuse me, both of the pallets. I went with the high power white LEDs, and I'm also going to change out the mirrors. I took the mirrors off. I'm gonna do mirror block offs, courtesy of New Rage. New Rage cycles. You can order this from their website. Cycle Gear also carries on Amazon. Order mine off of Amazon, and it fits a 600, 750, and a 1000. My bike's a 750. So these will just easily plug. Well, all of them are gonna plug in very easily. I believe the mirror block offs are gonna be the easiest thing I have to do. So just watch me as I go through this, and it shouldn't take long at all. And I chose to remove the front of the bike just to make it easier, because of my hand size. It's just gonna be too hard to try to do this with the bike still together. So it comes with a metal piece and a rubber grommet. The metal piece is supposed to install first to the actual light housing. So I'm about to do that. So this goes in like this. I'm not able to film this with, or maybe I can. Let's see. And then the light goes into there. So that's the low beam, and of course the high beam is gonna go down there, and then I'm gonna put the pallets in there. So it's definitely in there. And of course, once I connect it to the bike, I'll let you see the final setup. And of course, I'm gonna install the New Rage Cycle mirror block offs. So stay tuned. Now I'm about to remove the pilot LED. Well, I'm about to remove the pilot lights and replace them with LEDs. And they just simply pull out. So right, like so. So your wires, I mean the ballast needed to come with some 3M tape. Because even if I zip tie, you gave me zip ties, this has to be mounted somewhere. And you guys dropped the ball. You didn't give me any 3M tape for it. You did supply me some for the brake strobe, but just none for both of the ballasts for the low and high beam. But other than that, I'm impressed, I'm happy. And I did order me some 3M tape. I had to wait additional 3 days for it to come, but I do have it, and I'm about to take care of this and finish putting the bike back together. Gixxerboys, you gave me a good product. I love the low beams. I love the high beam, the pilot light, the brake strobe, and the amber turn signals. All in all, I have to give you an A-. And I'm only doing that because on the ballast for the front low beam and high beam, you didn't supply me with any 3M tape. So, and as hot as those things get, they have to be Velcroed in somewhere so they can have some form of air to hit them and they won't be dangling. I had to buy my own 3M tape, double-sided Velcro, and it came as a long strip, and I just cut it evenly so it can fit on the back. I'm also gonna put it on this ballast. This is the low, that's the high beam ballast. This side, how it looked like. It was this long strip. Now I'm not sure how this is gonna show on the camera, but where my finger is, this is the plastic for the air intake, air duct. This is where I'm gonna put my low beam ballast. So the low beam is gonna go on the right, and then I'm gonna, where my thumb is pointed, the high beam is gonna go on this side. And then I'm gonna zip tie this, all these wires, put the bike back together, and let you see the finished product. Decided to bring one close because I won't be able to film this because I need both of my hands, but these are for the turn signals. This piece, I could either hard connect them or I can just slide this piece off and plug them in. That's a lot easier, so I'm just gonna take these off and slide the plug in. And of course, these are my pilot lights, and I'm gonna just put the bulbs in these. And just take a look at it, and I'm gonna put it back together right about now. Once again, shout out to Gixxerboys.com. I got the LED pilot lights in, and I just need to connect the ballast for the high and low beam. So stay tuned. Oh, and also put the mirror blocks off. The mirror block off from New Rage Cycles. So this is how this looks. I'm just going with a different look this time around. Also threw a tank pad on. There we go. Just a little different look. Once again, Gixxerboys for pilot LEDs. I went with the white. Also went with the high-powered Gixxerboys low beam and high beam. They're just not plugged up yet. And my mirror block offs are from New Rage Cycles. Back. Went with the Gixxerboys amber LEDs, and then that's just a integrated tail light. And I also have the Gixxerboys brake strobe connected. So yeah, definitely gonna be seen out on the road at nighttime. Most definitely. Now this is what it's all about. That's the low beam. Man, this low beam is bright as hell. And I got both Gixxerboys low beam and high beam, so I can only imagine when I got the high beam on. Damn, it's bright. That's what I wanted. I want to be able to see and be seen. Like I said, that is just the low beam. That's not even a high beam. So let me switch. Wow. And that's both of them. Super, super bright. So yeah, I went with the Gixxerboys.com. Went with the high beam and the low beam and the pilots, all LEDs. Bright. Super bright. Wow.